Okay, so I've just taken this position here in the room. I just want to share this with you. The pound was buffeting around in this range here during the early Euro session. Just had the inflation report out, which saw a move into this resistance. So you can see this little blue line here. That's my entry. And if this holds and we start closing up here, I will add to my position. And I'll show you why, because I just like the other time frames. I just think we may be potentially breaking out here. So let's see if that can work. Right, if I draw up to the 15-minute, you can see the way in which I've got the fibs there. Let me now get the fibs on the bigger picture. And you can see at the lows here, we've 152 was a major support area, and at yesterday's highs was the 153, which we're just testing. If we can close up here, I think, so I've got my limit order up here on the 127 extension, because I think we can get there. Right, as we start to swing away, I'm just going to lock in a little bit of profit. I don't want to sit here and give it all back. So I'm just going to get my stop under that 270 area. Currently looking at 43 points. Apologise if you've written any questions, because I'm not asked them yet because I'm just concentrating here. So that's the area of resistance which we just buffeted into. So we've seen some profit taking there. Nothing like a bit of inflation to stoke the markets up. So you can see this is a big box we've been in here. And so we've had a nice 15-minute close. That's here's the 15-minute range now, up at the R1. And what I would like to do is increase my position. I think to stay in there, I just need to give that a bit more wiggle room. I've got that on support. Let me just trickle that down to a lower level there. Nothing wrong with taking profits. So I could have taken profits up there at that resistance and reloaded. The trouble is, it's when the markets are this volatile, it's very, very difficult to know where and when the markets are going to pull back to. So sometimes it's just easier just to sit tight, keep your stop out of trouble, and take it easy. Right, so there's the 60 minutes. If we can close obviously above the 153, we stand a chance of getting a reasonable shot of quite a decent push higher. You see, overall it is a nice bullish chart here. That is a potential wedge breakout, and for those of you who know me well, a wedge breakout is a very powerful setup and my favorite setup. It doesn't come along too often. When it comes along, you just need to stay in it and buy pullbacks and then see where it takes you. Okay, I'm just going to go off mic a bit and just have a look around. and see what might be on the cards elsewhere. Come back to you. Sorry, I thought I had the mic on. Pound Aussie dollar has gone bonkers too. Back to the pound US. So I'm 52 points up at the moment. And just going to sit tight. Where are we? Just coming up to the hour. We've broken yesterday's highs and we've broken the 50 EMA. Let me drag my daily chart in. You see my limit order up there at the R1, monthly R1. Monthly pivots do tend to be, surprise, surprise, good magnets during the month. And here we are coming up to the middle of the month. So there's a decent probability that we can claw back to that R1 after this big drop here on the 2nd of Jan. Now, in fact, that 2nd of Jan target, the 15568, at this rate could be seen either this week or into next. Nice. This is turning out to be a nice bottoming pattern down here at the moment on the daily chart. So there's a shoulder, head, shoulder. So once we started closing above here, we were potentially in bullish territory, pushed up and then pulled back to the monthly pivot. So so now it's evident that we've had a lot of institutional buying down here at the moment, and so it's a question of whether we may even break the monthly pivot if this can really get some momentum going, and then see where it is. Any questions? Let me see if you've posted any questions. No. Okay. Right, let's get this out of the way. The pound yen is going really bonkers. Wow, so that's a 220 point move if you picked up that S2. Look at these pivots, they're fantastic. So I'm kicking myself for not just nibbling on a long on that pivot now. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. So even here at the 150, you've got some confirmation in a this is a 5-minute chart. You got a little bit of confirmation in a 5-minute chart. Dips to 33 and off it goes. Running out a little bit of steam here as we head into the hour. Let's just see if that can keep going. Let me just drag this down. So if we can now sit up there and close above 153, we may be able to get some further moves. Obviously start closing under there, and then that we risk this not working, or at least giving back some profits. Okay. Anybody having problems logging in this morning? Type in the chat box, but otherwise let's see where we go. And you can see on this little box over here that is showing 65 points at the moment. I've only got a small position in this account, but obviously I run 6 accounts, so I've got positions in 2 other accounts. And so this is a good day so far. And let's see if we can really squeeze some more out of this. I think what I might do is, I'm tempted to at least take some of my accounts here and then try and reload at 153. But like I said, the danger is this could keep going and you don't get. But I'm certainly scaling out. I'm not going to sit up here with a lot of profit and then leave it all there. I certainly am scaling out in some accounts over here. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Let's see what the fibs. Alright, so we've got real resistance up there at 45. We are getting high RSI. If I sense any loss of momentum, I think I'll just empty this account, take this off the table here, and wait for a pullback. What I don't want to do is I've scaled out in a couple of other accounts. Sometimes, the data 15 setup, as I call it, sometimes that just doesn't work. And I sensed it wouldn't work today. For those of you who just joined us, the data 15 setup is where I take a position and trade the market back to where it broke out from. But my rules for not taking that is when certain pivots are holding and the thrust is too aggressive. So that was the case in this one. So that's why I didn't take it. I think what I'll do on this occasion is I'm just going to ramp up the stop now. And then if I get stopped out, I'll reload on a pullback. Okay, I'll just dip it underneath the 15-minute high. No, in fact, yeah, let's be greedy. Let's keep it up there, right up there. If it gets stopped out, that's fine. I'll just hope we get a pullback and then I can reload. Well, the secret is, one of the secrets of trading is actually not to trade too much, not to watch them all. If you look at my other screen, it's a bit difficult to switch it over at the moment, but next time you log in, I'll show you my other screen. I constantly sort of switch the way the screens operate. Just constantly sort of tweaking, optimizing them. But I've just got a simple list of my main pairs, forex pairs, and the indices on the other screen, and then I just keep an eye on what's going on. But I used to watch too many pairs and miss the moves, so it's much easier if you just focus on the pair that's data related and stick to a core pair. Yeah, it's a ladder. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I'll just switch it over. It's just this. These are the main pairs I trade. So I can see the pound yen has come up 240 points from the low of the session. Pound Aussie dollar, which I track a lot. Euro's not doing much. 113.37. DAX is 10,935, so that, yeah, it's 35 points over the 900. Amazing. $72 points in the bag at the moment. I do think that will take a breather at this resistance level. So I'm just going to, it's only a small account anyway, so I'm just going to nip that out at 345, not get too greedy. I might get stopped out of this anyway. Because that would put it close to the 100 points anyway. And then hope and cross my fingers that the markets drift ahead of US retail sales. US retail sales gives some dollar strength and will let me buy a pullback. Yeah, it looks like it's holding at the moment. But the Data 15 setup can work extremely well. I picked up the pound yen last week at, can't remember the exact figure, I think it's about 180.40. and we are currently 183.66, 67. But markets are pretty happy. I think there's allegedly a ceasefire in Ukraine, and if the ECB can come to an agreement with Greece, then that really will make markets happy. And the indices have been very tough to trade this week. I've taken a few hits on those. The volatility has been too much, so I just backed off. Yeah, it does look as if yeah, look at it, pinpointing that, sitting right at that R2. This R2 could be it. Let me go to a 5-minute chart. I've got a 15 up, haven't I? Let me just drop back down to a small time frame. That small time frame put in a reversal signal, and it's just ignored it. So my stop is now 328. Yeah, there are certain things that will really move these markets, currency markets, and inflation, jobs, and GDP are the biggies. So Bank of England must be discussing the potential for inflation in the future. There we are. I'm out for 75 on this account anyway. And now obviously that 300, you can see that 300 is sitting there looking as if that could get tested. Right, so I'm going to stop the video. Yeah, we did have that debate about the pivots this week, didn't we? I tell you, when they don't work, it's generally a sign not to trade. You could be in a really messy market. This pound yen has been a stomper. If you were awake and watching that chart as it happened to pick up on that 181.10, 12, you've had a fantastic day. Notice the little 5-minute hammer on the 50 EMA there. Even these days of algorithms, the old setups still work well. So if you took that at 267, you'd be 100 points up. Okay, I'm going to turn this recording off. I mean, I've got a lot of work to do, so I'm going to leave you there, guys, and catch up with some work. I hope this doesn't go screaming ahead too much, because that. But anyway, I'm like I said, I'm hoping the markets will pause for US retail sales, but at the moment it doesn't look likely. All right, I'll leave it there, guys, and I will catch up with you soon.